Oh la la, the African Cup of Nations is about to kickstart in Côte d'Ivoire. A lot of stars from all over the world will be in Côte d'Ivoire, and all African eyes will be trained on the Ivory Coast as African countries do battle in the Nations Cup. The Premier League of England is one of the most watched leagues in the world, if not the most watched league in the world, and there are many African players who ply their trade in the Premier League. Some of these players will be playing in the Nations Cup for their different countries in Côte d'Ivoire. And so here are the 36 players from Africa who are going to be in Côte d'Ivoire to do action for their countries. 36 players who ply their trade in the English Premier League. The 36 players are for Nottingham Forest. There are 6 players who will be in Côte d'Ivoire. The 6 players are Ola Aina of Nigeria. He's a defender. He can play either as a right back or a left back. There is Serge Aurier, the defender with Ivory Coast. There is Willy Bolly, the defender from Ivory Coast. There's Sheku Kouyaté, midfielder from Senegal. And then there is Moussa Niakate, defender for Senegal, and Ibrahim Sangare, midfielder from Côte d'Ivoire. So Nottingham Forest have 6 players, the highest number of players from one club in the Premier League that will be featuring in the Nations Cup. Manchester United have 3 players who are going to be representing their countries in the African Nations Cup. There are Sofiane Amrabat, the midfielder from Morocco, is on loan from Fiorentina. There is Amad Diallo, the forward from Côte d'Ivoire, and Andre Onana, the goalkeeper from Cameroon. For Fulham, there are 3 players: Fodé Ballo-Touré, the defender from Senegal, on loan from AC Milan. There's Calvin Bassey, the Nigerian defender, and also Alex Iwobi, the Nigerian midfielder and nephew of legend JJ Okocha. For Bournemouth, there are 2 players who are going to be representing their countries. They include Dango Ouattara, the attacker from Burkina Faso, and Antoine Semenyo, the striker from Ghana. For Arsenal, 2 players will be in the Nations Cup. Mohamed El Neni, the midfielder from Egypt, as well as it's just one player. In fact, Mohamed El Neni, Thomas Partey has just withdrawn from the Ghana squad, and so Arsenal will not be losing Thomas Partey to the Nations Cup. For Sheffield United, there are 2 players: Yassir Larouchi, the defender from Algeria, who is on loan from Troyes, and Anis Ben Slimani, the midfielder from Tunisia. Both will be in the African Cup of Nations. For Tottenham, there are 2 players as well. There is Yves Bissouma, the midfielder from Mali, and Pape Matar Sarr, the midfielder from Senegal. West Ham will be missing 2 players to the Nations Cup: Nayef Agued, the defender from Morocco, and Mohamed Kudus, the midfielder from Ghana. For Wolverhampton Wanderers, there are also 2 players who will be missing for them and making the trip to Côte d'Ivoire. There are Ryan Ait Nouri, the defender from Algeria, as well as Malian midfielder Boubacar Traoré. Brentford will be missing 2 players: Frank Onyenka, the defensive midfielder from Nigeria, as well as Yohane Wissa, the striker from the Democratic Republic of Congo. For Brighton, 2 players as well will be in the Nations Cup in Côte d'Ivoire: Simon Adingra, the striker from Côte d'Ivoire, and Tariq Lamptey, the midfielder from Ghana. The defender, I beg your pardon, from Ghana. Crystal Palace will be missing Jordan Ayew, the striker from Ghana, as well as Sheikh Doucouré, the midfielder from Mali. For Liverpool, it's just Mohamed Salah from Egypt, the striker, the effervescent winger, who will be in the Nations Cup. And for Aston Villa as well, it's Bernard Traoré, the midfielder from Burkina Faso, who will be in the Nations Cup. Burnley will be missing Basilio Rieno, a midfielder from Equatorial Guinea. He's in Burnley's under-21 squad. For Chelsea, Nicolas Jackson will be in the Nations Cup representing Senegal. For Everton, Idrissa Gueye, for the midfielder from Senegal, will also be in the Nations Cup. And the last name here is Luton's Issa Kabore, the defender from Burkina Faso. He will be in the Nations Cup representing his country. So these are the Premier League stars who are going to be featuring in the African Nations Cup to add spice to what will expectedly be a very top-class Nations Cup to behold. Reporting for News Express Nigeria Television Sports, I am Nelson Dafe.